Good evening, Dude79 here, just doing a quick mic check. Make sure the audio levels sound good.
Hi, how are you? Good.
Awesome. Well, we'll be live in just a moment. Make sure you got a drink on hand. We have a lot to talk about tonight. See you in a few. Welcome to another edition of Banter and Babble. I'm the Dude79, and joining me always, my esteemed colleague and renowned piece of shit, Mr. Fanboytone. Mr. Fanboytone, what's going on, dude?
Nada.
Nada?
Nada.
Nada. Just another day.
Just another fucking
We
day.
woke up this morning. We did not win the Mega Millions. We
No.
had to go to work.
Yes.
Did you see nobody won that?
It's like 1.0 something billion.
$1.02 billion.
When's Banter and Babble Studios happening?
As soon as we win Friday night, bro.
Okay.
Friday night, it's on, okay? My birthday, I didn't win. My wife's birthday, I didn't win. I think Friday night is just what the fuck ever Friday. Or I guess it's Xenoblades Chronicles 3 comes out, so I guess yay. Are you a Xenoblades guy? I know you're JRPGs, but you're not much of a Xenoblades guy, are you?
Yeah, I dabbled in one of the ones on Wii U. I liked it.
Xenoblades 1, I think, probably?
X, I think, or something like that. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I'm trying to remember now, but I don't really dive into those ones, no. They're a little bit more action-y RPG, so...
They're more real-time, aren't they?
I think so, but I could be wrong on that since I don't fucking play them. But
Right.
I know people like them. It's got like a following, so kudos. More RPGs in the world's always better than not.
I know it's reviewing very well. It's reviewing very well,
Really?
and that drops on Friday.
Excellent.
I have never really ever sat down and just played through one, but I believe I was reading some people saying it takes about 150 hours to get through this one.
Sign me up then.
That's
Fuck
that's
yeah.
that's right up your alley, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that means for me it'd probably equate to like 220.
But I mean, seriously, man, what would you do with what? I mean, even if you get, I think if you win $1.02 billion, I think if you do the lump sum, it's like $5 million you're taking home, or like $490 million, or some stupid shit.
Right.
What would you do? What would be the first thing?
First thing
you would do.
Oh, I'd holler at Sushi Inn and say, "Get me a sushi boat ready. I'm celebrating."
Oh wow, you go to sushi and that's your first
my
call.
first meal, Sushi Inn, yeah. But a sushi boat, like $150 sushi boat.
Oh, you're doing the like you
Yeah,
want
the
everything.
big old fucking I want the fucking Titanic of sushi coming out at me.
Cheers, Jay Hill. We're talking about what we would do if we won the lotto on Friday night. 1.02 billion.
First thing.
That's just the first thing. Speaking of lottery, guy waiting at the counter in the background has the wait for lottery ticket. Yeah, he's kind of a Karen. He's always giving people shit. First thing I do is take a nap. Best sleep of my life.
Right on. Okay.
That would be a really good sleep.
I respect that.
But seriously, man, 1.02 billion. I mean, I would if obviously it'd be like 11 o'clock. I'd find out I won. I'd get on the horn with my brother. Probably be like, hey man, I'm gonna need a lawyer.
I'd get on the phone with the Reed right away.
Yep. All right, man. So like,
I would do that.
We got to figure some stuff out. But you know what I would do, dude? I would go to work the next day. I would go to work. I would log in, but they're going to notice my production is at 0 all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to wait until they're like, hey, man, we notice you aren't doing shit. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, I know. And they'll be like, well, I mean, we're going to need you to start doing work. I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem, I got it. And then I just wouldn't do anything. I'd just keep collecting benefits until after like a week, they're like, look, this guy ain't doing shit.
Right.
He's not doing shit. We're going to have to suspend him pending termination. And then I would just keep riding it out until they were like, finally, like, God, you know what? You're fucking done. You're out of here. You're fired. But I wouldn't just flat out quit. I would probably, actually, I might even do the bare minimum and see whatever surgeries I can get through my health insurance, get that done first, and then be like, fuck you, I'm out of here.
See, I always said, and people always find this funny when I say this, I would always go get a small job. Like, I would get just
like GameStop. You will work at GameStop?
I would never work for that shithole place ever again. But I'd go Stephen Brandy and say, hey, you need somebody to work a few hours here and there. I'll work for fucking minimum.
Oh, damn.
Because honestly, taxes are going to be a bitch, right?
Right.
But if you're still working and still, like, paying taxes, they're not going to be that much of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You can work for 10, 15 hours a week, maybe 20. Fuck
right.
it. Because you're going to have all the other time anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it'd be like 6 hours a week. But either way, you know what I mean? Like, I'd listen, some of the best days of my life, when I look back, was before I was in management. I was 16-year-old young buck, and I'm working the fucking burger line at McDonald's, dude. And the people I met, some people I've still known to this day,
mm-hmm.
some of the experiences. So, what were we, 16 years old, driving around out in the fucking, country,
boonies,
smoking J's and drinking beers at 16 years old, having a party? Fuck it,
Hey, Tricky says, hey, fellas, I'm going to rewatch tomorrow going to bed. He's got the Ovid.
He's got the vid.
He's battling.
Sorry,
Tricky,
buddy. Feel better.
Hey, man, get some rest, bro. I know you're feeling like shit. We love you.
Mm-hmm.
We know we'd love to have you here, but hey, man, get your beauty sleep, man. I know he got knocked on his ass with this one, man. He feels like shit, so hopefully he's feeling better. Jay Hill says, see, I couldn't do that at my job. I would work for a month more probably to teach my stuff to the next person. Jay Hill, you're just a better person than I am. If my company was like, hey, we know you're probably leaving, can you train somebody on your job? I'd be like, fuck no, I'm not doing any of that shit.
Right.
I'm not gonna I'm not teaching them shit.
Cuddles is funding a new Nick Cage movie of $50.
What's that?
Cuddles says he would fund a new Nick Cage movie with $50.
Hey, dude, I would back Willy's Wonderland too.
Oh shit!
I'd be all over that shit.
Yeah, that much money? Fuck yeah!
Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
And then what you do is you like your good circle of friends, like your close circle, the people you do a lot of things with. That's residual. You share in that wealth, you share in that fun times. What do you need? You need a car, house paid off. You do things like that, right? You do the right things, your family, and your friends, and then you sit back and what's the plan gonna be? What do I want to invest in? What do I need to do? You gotta have a plan.
You do it a little bit differently. I would do the same thing. Close family, like immediate family, select friends, probably some coworkers, get them out of there.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, here's a little bit. Like you said, pay off a house or some shit like that. But then I'm gonna be off the grid. Like when we do a show, but no, I'm not I'm fucking disappearing.
I'm gonna create a compound. With
Dude. I will
Jurassic Park doors.
Yeah, dude. Facebook done. Yeah. Instagram done. Fucking gone. Gone. And I'd be like, I'm out of here, dude. No, I mean, I would fly back in to do a Banter and Babble every Wednesday night. We do it at your place. You have the new setup. Everything's good to go. We do it at your house, and then I would fly the fuck out of here and be like, I'm out. Deuces. See you guys in a week.
Your private jet.
That's none of your business. You won't know what it is. Could be a private helicopter. Could be a private train.
Helicopter.
Could be a private carriage. I mean, who knows? A horse, a couple Clydesdales pulling me around. You won't fucking know. Nobody's gonna know. I'm going off the grid, dude. I will fucking disappear. Y'all better save Comic-Con talk for later. I'm out drinking with some old friends. Crash? Absolutely not. We're actually going to lead with it now that you mentioned that. Jay Hill says, I'd rent or buy an island and pay for friends and family vacation or something. Jay Hill's nicer than I am. Nope. I would just pay off a house, probably give like immediate family like a good chunk of change for like kids go to college, and yeah, I'm out. Oh, whatever. If y'all want to go on a trip to an island somewhere, have a great time. I'm out. I'm fucking Christmas, Thanksgiving, maybe a birthday, but yeah, dude, I'm off the radar. You'll never see me alive ever again, ever. Nope, I'm good. A private wheelbarrow. That'd be kind of cool. I'd have you push me around. I'd pay you to push me around.
There you go.
I think that'd be pretty sweet.
Or like pull you around like some of those carts.
I'd give you all money, to be honest. I don't need much. Well, hey, that's very kind.
Cool. Let me borrow $20.
Yeah, just buy me a beer, will you?
Yeah.
Just
Check out my Patreon.
just yeah, just go to our Patreon. All fun to think about, but we all know some trailer park person is going to win it and then lose it all in a couple of years. Man, if somebody lost $490 million in a couple of years, man, I would want to invest. I'd go to my wife. That'd be like, all right, look.
Always got to invest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably move out. I'd probably move out of country. Actually.
What's that?
Probably move out of country.
You'd move out of country?
Probably.
Where would you go? Well, like Ireland, or are you talking like Europe, or Iceland, or I mean, Italy? What are you doing? Where are you going?
Probably gonna build a Death Star and move on to that, and just kind of hang out on that.
Are you gonna target Earth once it's fully operational?
Yeah, sure.
It's cool, man. I'll be on another planet then. I'm not gonna be here for that. You have never seen those shows. They have shows about lottery winners and how they blew it all. No, I just hear about NBA players. I think of who's the guy for the Celtics? Walker, the Antoine Walker. I think he blew all his money.
Maybe.
I think he went broke.
What happened? What about Charles from fucking, was it Michigan or State? No, Lions.
Charles Rogers?
Yeah.
Well, he's dead. So.
No, not him. No, stop.
Oh, that's rude.
Maybe it was. I don't remember. I don't remember. Anyway.
I'd buy the rights to Doctor Strange. Come on, Cuddles. Tone will move to Mexico and get taken by the cartel. Tone will become the cartel.
Mm-hmm.
$490 million. Tone will become the cartel.
I have no problem becoming like some form of like cartel leader.
I'd buy Disney, not for $490 million. He wouldn't. Yeah, he tried to gamble as much as Michael Jordan. He didn't have Jordan money. Womp womp. No one's gonna have Jordan money. I mean, Miles Bridges ain't gonna have Jordan money. Man, what a clusterfuck that is, huh?
No shit.
Whoopsie daisy.
So, if you haven't, make sure to play the Lotto this weekend and give me some money.
Yeah. If you win, just remember, Banter and Babble Patreon. You can support the show through Patreon or just, underneath the door in an unmarked envelope.
Let me get back to, slapping down some double quarters on a wrapper and throwing it down the line.
Whatever. Just, if you win, hook us up. If we win, I'll try to remember to say hi on my way out. No idea. What have you been up to, man? What else is new?
Nothing. Well, I take that back. I do take that back, you sick piece of shit. Wow, the lack of respect hurts the most.
That's the other thing. That's the second. The first thing hurt the most.
Way out of line. Way out of line. So Saturday, I originally was going to go see Rohit wrestle, and then at 4:30, 4 o'clock, while I still had my hangover, and I was, by the way, I forgot to tell this, when I got into the vehicle to leave at like 4:30, 4:30, 4:45.
Bunch of cans of beer.
I had the sweats.
Did you have titty sweat going?
No, I was just like, completely fucking just drenched. I called Cap and I said, "Yo, the things we need from IKEA are in. I've been waiting on these things for 6 months." And he happened to be in Saginaw. He's like, "What do you think? You want to go pull the trigger?" I'm like, "Man, it says they're in stock, which means they got at least 6." I've been doing a lot of research and talking to the customer service there. Because
what were you looking for?
These Detolf's 4-sided glass cabinets.
Yes.
I want 6 of them to 8.
Very fancy.
But they jacked them up in price, $20. Now they're $100. Anyways, I've had it in my savings, waiting for this day. I did not expect it to be a weekend because it's a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So about 6:45, we get down to IKEA in Detroit and get in there, and sure as shit, they got like fucking 12 or 15 of them, and we took about half the stack. So.
Wow. Okay, and those got set up real fast. It look like.
Well, yeah. Because the next day, Cappadocian lost power at his house, so he's like, he was going to come over anyways and kind of like maybe work on one or something like that. So he just came over and, he does most of the work, and I just kind of like watch and hold stuff. He's a hands-on motherfucker. Like, I don't mind. Like, hey, you're going to help me out? No, go ahead.
Tone loves it when all of his friends are hands-on.
For sure. What up, house? And then So we got all 4 put together, and then that night I was just taking the stickers off and Windex them and getting them clean. And then the largest thing that I have doesn't fit in there, of course. However, the nice thing is you go to Etsy. They've got people out there that have known this. They, tall things, whatever. I bought like 24 of these brackets. And you just re-screw them on in there, and you can change the height of these 4 racks. You can even buy more racks if you need to, which is eventually what I'll need to do. But once they are here next week, I'm going to start, putting everything in there. So
it's all coming together, man.
Finally, after
months of bullshit and contractors and all that
years.
All that shit, terrible. Ant-House Beats in the house.
Yes.
Make sure you check out Ant-House's music, whether it's on Spotify, iTunes, wherever. Check out his beats. They're pretty fucking good.
And you had a birthday last weekend.
I did.
Yeah, so happy birthday to you.
Yeah, I did. I had a
And
birthday.
You're really
Friday.
sneaky about that bullshit.
Dude, I almost.
You're real sneaky about that shit.
I almost got through, man. I almost made it to the other side without anyone saying a thing.
Yeah, well,
I turned it off on Facebook.
It's noticed.
Yep. I turned it off on Facebook, and I was like, nah, man, I'm not gonna. No one's gonna know.
Well, somebody started knowing.
Somebody caught on, and then a couple texts came in, and I was like, God damn it. Did not want people to know.
Why?
I'm a Cancer, it's not a Leo. Cancer, baby.
No.
Cancer. What are you? Stupid. Dude tweeted it out. I did tweet it out, but it was very cryptic because everyone was like, "Oh, he likes RPGs."
So cryptic. Look at my attention, man. Fuck out of here.
I was very, very subtle about it.
Yeah, right.
And like 3 people said happy birthday.
Then all of a sudden it just started. Yeah. And I was like, "This is really fucking birthday." Because honestly, like I don't remember that shit like that. Like that's why I got Facebook. That's why I got a calendar.
I turn all this shit off. Yeah. Well, your calendar doesn't have my birthday in it.
Oh, it certainly does now.
Oh, does it?
It is. Oh, it's yeah.
Let me see your phone real quick.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, grow up. Let's see. What else did we do this weekend? We went and saw Nope. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. I made ribs again.
Well, you did.
I did ribs at Guys Weekend, and I didn't have all of my stuff, all the accoutrement that I need to make ribs, and so I tried it again this weekend. Had my in-laws over, and they had some ribs. We had some coleslaw, some corn. I mean, it was a very mac and cheese. So we had a lot of good stuff, a lot of barbecue everywhere, so it was very tasty. I'm very happy with how they turned out. There's a couple things I would do a little bit differently, but that was only my second time doing ribs, so I'm just slowly trying to get acclimated with it.
What is your sauce? Like, what's your barbecue sauce? If you like, when I go to the store, I know exactly what I'm getting. Like, I got one sauce. It's one sauce all the time. That's all I really want. I enjoy other barbecue sauces. Don't get me wrong, but there's one in particular that I go for. What is yours?
I started out when I was doing the pulled pork. I went with the Stubbs. I really like Stubbs.
Good choice.
I like Stubbs a
Good
lot.
choice. Stubbs. Yep.
And then of course I talked to Freezy, and he is a renowned ribs guy. He uses open pit, which I was really surprised by, but it tastes really
that's
good.
like the fucking bottom barrel of barbecue sauces.
I don't know about that, but and then somebody mentioned Sweet Baby Ray's. I do like that. I grabbed actually for this set of ribs. I used Sweet Baby Ray's sweet honey sauce. That's
a good one. I like their chipotle personally. Is my favorite.
I do like the chipotle one. I thought about getting that, but I hadn't tried the honey one before. I was like,
it's good.
Fucking try that.
Not bad.
So it was good. It was decent. But what is your barbecue sauce, Tone?
Mine is Famous Dave's Devil Spit.
Wow, that is the most generic shit you could.
That is not generic. Generic is Blue Label Open Pit.
It's mid as fuck.
You can find that at Spartan stores. It's been sitting there since 20 fucking.
Hey man, you know what? You know who makes ribs? Freeze. You know who doesn't? You. I'll take his word on it.
I make way awesome ribs.
Yeah, I know. You boil them and then throw them on the grill for 2 minutes.
And then put them in the oven. The microwave for the last 5. Devil Spit is my favorite go-to. It's peppery. It's spicy. Years ago when I lived over in Noel Court, we would do pork steaks when they were like $1.50 a pound. So I'd buy like a ton of pork steaks and just like let them marinate in that, and then throw them on the grill, and then more Devil Spit. Fuck, you be eating pork steaks.
I do have a Famous Dave's rub. I do have the rub for the ribs.
Sure you do.
I used that one, and then I had for 2 sets of ribs, and then the other rack I used more of was it the barbecue sweet heat rub. I like a good rub though, man. Little rub and tug.
Good rub's good.
Sweet Baby Ray's has been my. I mean, I do like Sweet Baby Ray's, man. It's really hard not.
I feel
to
like
Sweet Baby
because
Ray's.
I like as a kid, I know we use a lot of open pit. I feel like when Sweet Baby Ray's got big, like in the early 2000s, I feel like it just like now you see it all over. It just blew up and everybody knew about it. Because I felt like for a while, like people didn't know about that. Because I feel like things like open pit were kind of the go-to. Like the Mesquite open pit was always my favorite growing up. That Black Label one, I think that was a good one. But
See, Freezy does open pit, but he also puts his own together.
I was gonna say probably doctors and stuff too.
He makes his own barbecue sauce once in a while, and the guy he just has a knack for finding those right.
He handles
flavors.
meat better than anybody in the area.
He handles meat better than anybody. He is the best meat handler I've ever met. I just want McDonald's barbecue in a bottle. McDonald's barbecue. Let's look at some barbecue sauces real quick, okay? I do like McDonald's barbecue. I feel like Arby's barbecue is wholly underrated. They have like a very smoky barbecue.
Do they? Yeah,
yes,
maybe.
Arby's has a very good barbecue. I'm actually kind of a fan of theirs. I also think Burger King is a little underrated. I like Burger King's barbecue. What's your out of the fast food joints? You going McDonald's all the way?
I don't get barbecue. I got hot mustard.
Oh, that's right. You're a hot mustard guy.
I don't do barbecue.
Never?
No.
Wow.
Absolutely not. None of my nuggets. I don't like. I like barbecue. I want barbecue on select
ribs.
I want them on select things. I want them on like meats like that. Yeah,
McRibs, because you're a big McRib guy, right?
I do like their actually.
Don't they use a different barbecue sauce?
Yeah, they do actually. I actually like the McRib barbecue sauce better than their normal barbecue sauce. I think McDonald's is low tier barbecue, but I know some people really like it. Actually, they might have changed it over the years, but I don't really know. I don't, like I said, I don't fuck with it. It's hot mustard and if they don't put the hot mustard in there, I'm going up there and I'm running my car through the playground.
You're gonna go Karen
play
on
place. So I fucking freak out.
I like their sweet and sour sauce too.
I actually do like their sweet and sour sauce. It's weird coloring. I actually think that Wendy's has got a good sweet and sour sauce too. But the trick is, and this is what Forbes Hammer taught me years ago, when you get the McDonald's nuggets, you get the hot mustard and the sweet and sour, and you dunk each side on each side, and then boop.
Ooh.
Yeah, really good. The sweet and sour and the hot mustard.
Jay Hill says, barbecue is only for ribs and brisket for me.
That's kind of how I feel most of the time, dude.
Unless it's like a
pulled pork,
like a burger. If it's like a burger with like bacon, and if they have like, because sometimes
I mean,
have
if
like
it's
a
your
barbecue
stick, yeah, I get
if it's
it.
a barbecue, I'll eat the shit out of that. But
yeah,
you know, but like for myself, like chicken tenders, I like going with barbecue. Really?
Yeah, no.
Man, you just hot mustard or nothing, right?
Hot mustard or something else, but I ain't touching barbecue on my chickens normally. I mean, I like barbecue chicken, but again, that's a whole different like entity that you're
talking about dipping into.
Right, yeah, I don't no,
okay.
Doesn't even sound appealing.
Pulled pork too, yeah. Barbecue on pulled pork is really, really tasty.
Unless the pulled pork has really got a lot of flavor,
you don't really need it. Yeah,
you might not even need the sauce. That's
I'm the same way with ribs, dude. Like sometimes if somebody smokes it right and they have a good rub on it, you don't need a bunch of barbecue lathered all over that.
Sometimes you don't. It's true.
Absolutely not.
I agree with that. All right, well, welcome to the barbecue chat, everybody.
As always, the unofficial beer of Banter and Babble, the Pigeon Hill Oatmeal Cream Pie. And dude, I don't know what it is, man. After a long, hard day, a cream pie is just...
It's probably from laying on your back for so many years. Anyways, so I'm starting now. When we talk about the show, I'm going to start tagging Pigeon Hill and see if we can get some doing right
Just
now.
make sure you spell cream pie right, because they keep spelling it wrong. I don't understand why they spell it CREME. That's weird. While we're on it, you know what food is good?
Cheez-Its are incredible.
Cheez-Its are really good. Now, do you like the regular Cheez-Its or do you like the extra?
I like the
toasted one, toasted ones.
Like a lot of the flavors are good. I just want hot and spicy.
Oh, hot and spicy. Man, okay. Yeah, have you had the extra toasted?
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yes,
they're all awesome. Even the basic Cheez-It is a high-tier snack product, period. Even the sometimes controversial white cheddar. Have you tried their snaps? Have you tried? Those are awesome.
Snaps are really
They're
good.
very light. Have you tried the other ones like they got the grids on or whatever? Dude, those are fucking dope too.
Brittany says white cheddar all the way.
Pretty basic, but
like
cool.
White cheddar, I think it's good. It's not horrible, but it's not.
No,
great.
I like it.
It's not the extra toasted.
But
ones.
when there's hot and spicy out there.
I mean,
the hot and spicy is really fucking. They used to do it with Tabasco. They don't do Tabasco anymore.
I do remember the Tabasco ones. Those were actually pretty good. Now, if you had to go with which, if you could take,
don't you dare.
Bye, guys, you fucking losers. If you had to choose between the two great collaborations of our time,
right?
Cheez-It Tabasco or Goldfish Old Bay, which one?
Goldfish Old Bay.
Goldfish Old Bay.
Yeah, there's nothing been like that collaboration.
They literally did that for a month, and then they pulled them.
Yeah, I know. Definitely.
I really hope they're reconsidering that because the fucking Old Bay goldfish were incredible.
Have you ever had the baby Swiss Cheez-Its that you can get in like the little packs?
Yes, yes, those are good. Those are actually really good. White cheddar is about as basic as Sweet Baby Ray's. Like, it is good, but there is better.
Well, see, and that to me, like that's just like normal Sweet Baby Ray's. Like when you start exploring their flavors, it kind of gets out of that zone. But I think that's fair. I feel like sauce is now like Sweet Baby Ray's is very like everybody knows about it. Where I feel years ago, like Stubbs to me is not something that not a lot of people realize.
Stubbs is fucking good.
Stubbs is good, but like I said, I'm a slave to that devil spit, man. I can't. I bend the knee all day. I don't care.
Damn, Brittany already going after Cuddles. Get him, Brittany. Get him.
Wow.
Sometimes, man, sometimes somebody will hop in here and take Cuddles to the woodshed, man. They'll beat the shit out of him, and I love it. Get him, Brittany. All right, Tone. We don't have a whole lot of topics to talk about tonight, but we're gonna start off with a movie that we went and saw on. We were going to go see it Sunday, and then I realized I had to wait in line. Brittany, if you want to be basic, I'm happy for you. Oh man, keep an eye on that chat. That's gonna get that's gonna get spicy. But Tone, let's talk about our movie review of the week.
Yes.
Jordan Peele's Nope. A movie that we were really, really excited about when we saw the trailer for it. When it dropped through, and I think it was during the Super Bowl, everyone was like, "Oh shit, this is gonna be sweet." Jordan Peele's coming back. It's clearly going to be something about UFOs, things in the sky. Let's go. I'm on board for that. Tone, I'm going to let you take the lead on this, just because I feel like you have a little bit more perspective on it than I was able to glean from the movie itself. But let's just talk about it's going to be a spoiler-free review. We're not going to get into much of the plot, but there's some things that you saw in the movie that might be a little bit deeper than what I could glean from it.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. There's a few people I've talked to that I personally know that didn't like it or didn't get it and said it kind of went over their head, which I can kind of understand that. I feel like the thing about Peele movies you have to remember is that at face value, you're not getting the whole story. You kind of have to dig, and sometimes at first, things might not make sense, and yet here I am 2 or 3 days later, and I'm still thinking about it and going, oh, okay, I'm kind of connecting some dots here. But for me, as somebody who doesn't like horror films going into it, I was like, well, I didn't know what to expect. I expected horror of some sense. And there certainly was some great elements. There was some very, very, very environmentally creepy things going on a few times, too, that was very unsettling, even for me. Matter of fact, when the first one really started happening, we were both like, is this really happening? Like, is this going on? Like, and, whatever. But I think the thing that I really liked about the movie, outside the fact that it's definitely got this kind of new like a new version of a Western, a cosmic kind of horror-esque or alien-esque or whatever you want to say, whatever works best for everybody, I suppose. But there's a lot of things that to me just really resonated, and I felt like, and I could be wrong on this, but I think this movie there's a lot of things that are kind of meant to be interpretation. Certainly, I think they leave that kind of in the end a little bit, and I know you'll kind of touch on that, but it really kind of zeroes in on how humans and people are and interact with the things around them, or maybe how we don't do a very good job of having any foresight. We're kind of pieces of shit, whether it's greed, whether it's whatever it is. And I think that, again, with a lot of his films, there's a lot of things that he compacts in together as well too. Now, of course, the acting in it for me, like, I was really entertained by it. I know that you make a good point a little bit as well too. I really liked how that ended up, because I liked how some of our main character was, because I felt like, to me, like, even though yes, you've got him, it was kind of more impactful for the story.
And mind you, we're speaking of Daniel Kaluuya,
who's an incredible fucking actor.
Really, really good actor. In fact, the cast here is actually really talented from top to bottom.
Very, very entertaining cast, actually. Like his sister, I don't know what she's
Kiki
from.
Palmer.
She definitely stole a lot of scenes.
She brought a lot of energy.
And which was good, because that makes sense, because you've got,
they complimented what he was
right.
His role.
I felt Keith David's role was a little, unfortunately, lost.
Yeah, man, Keith David's there, obviously an iconic actor.
I wanted more of him, but no, at the end of the day, there was a lot of wonder and a lot of imagination and a lot of fantastical is a good word for me. You can tell he takes his inspiration from the things that he really does live. I know that somebody made a comment about you're the greatest horror film or whatever director currently, and he's like, whoa, John Carpenter's out there. Don't throw me out there like that, which is very respectful of thinking like that as well too. But he's definitely, I still think, finding his niche and his role. If you're looking for like the other two movies, you're not going to find them here. Think more of this as like kind of a mix of a lot of his movies, I think, including very honestly, Lovecraft Country. It's a mix of a lot of messaging, a lot of his pretty good dialogue, I feel like, and the story just in general. So, I'm trying to skirt around anything because I don't want to. I don't want to give away a lot of things, but I just know that I think it's a movie that at the end of the day you have to watch maybe a couple times, at least once. And some people might disagree and feel like, well, then if I don't understand and get it, why should I have to go through that? Or maybe it doesn't mean it's well written. I just think that certain people, we all look at things differently. And to me, like, I've always looked at things a little bit differently than a lot of folks. And they always talk about the left and right brain, right? You got one brain that's more analytical. You got another brain that's more of like, artsy or whatever they call it, So I think that sometimes with a movie like this, the reason there's division is some people want answers. They want it to be point A, B, C, get it, move along. And that's fine. That's how a lot of people are. I'm not like that. I want to come out of there and going, what the fuck? Like, that was obscure. Like, what, is it trying to tell me something? What am I missing? And I want to think about it. And here I am still days later and I'm thinking about it. And I've had more conversations about this movie from that aspect of it than I have another movie in a while. Like, I know Doctor Strange being a big one, or even Thor: Love and Thunder. Like, we've had discussions about it, we've talked about it, but that's more like in the space of like nerddom and connecting to the MCU. This movie is provocative thought for me, and those are some of the conversations I've been having, because some people are like, well, I don't get this part. What did you take from this? And we talk about it, and then like we might both learn something and go, oh, that's pretty fucking neat. I didn't think of it like that, or whatever like that.
Right.
So to me, that's the value in this movie so far, is the conversations that I've been having, because it's with people I normally don't conversate about, like with these kind of movies, or just generally. So again, this might not be a movie for you. I definitely say see it if you don't want to pay in the theater. That's your preference. I just know that so far it seems like most people are enjoying it, and there are people who aren't enjoying it, and some of the people that I know aren't enjoying it personally, I'm not overly surprised by some of the other things that I also might not agree with them on as well too.
No, it's funny you mentioned his respect for John Carpenter. A lot of people, like a lot of Peele's movies up to this point, they say he draws a lot of inspiration from Carpenter, especially specifically They Live. The one with Roddy Piper, where he puts on the glasses and a lot of subliminal messages that he can see with the glasses. There's a lot of like social commentary in They Live, and you can see a lot of that in Peele's work. Like, he has this horror show, Get Out, for example, great horror film, but when you really start peeling back the layers, there's some social commentary going on in there. Some of it is actually really entertaining. I thought Get Out was really, really good. Like, and the thing that I liked about Get Out is like, yeah, it was, there were layers to it, but it was easy for me to follow those layers upon first viewing. I really liked this movie. It really was engaging, and it really creeped me out for the most part of the movie. There are some really the other thing that I think you can compare Peele to is Hitchcock. He has some Hitchcockian vibes to his movies, and there's a lot of like unsettling images. There's a lot of just very bizarre and very creepy moments that just kind of like a little unnerving. And I've always been fascinated with UFOs and everything that comes with that. And just recently, when the government released those videos, they talk about in the videos how like the UFOs are moving in ways that are inexplicable. Like they defy everything that we know about like avionics and what have you.
Talk to Tom DeLonge if you want to know why.
I'll hit him up afterwards. But the thing about like this movie is he captures a lot of that, and in this movie the way that they're portrayed, and there are a lot of like bizarre moments, and it's really, really it's a really great movie in that regard. And this, like you mentioned, the cinematography, the way that he shoots this movie, it's really effective in that regard. I do understand the nod to the westerns and the sound protagonists and Daniel Kaluuya, but my thing is like Daniel Kaluuya is an incredible actor, and I want him to have a little bit more material to work with. But like you mentioned, Keke Palmer, you also had Stephen Yeun, and Brandon Perea as the Fry's guy, the Fry's Electronics guys. everyone else is able to carry a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of like the rest of the acting. So like everyone else has more stuff to work with. I actually thought everyone was really, really good in the movie. They had, you know, a significant role. But yeah, like at the end of the day, dude, while I feel like this was yet another effective Jordan Peele movie, and you know some of the themes that he tries to tackle, you know, to social commentary in terms of like trying to be viral or trying to get that, you know, something on film so you can go viral and get rich and famous. Like I love how he explores that in this movie, and it's really well done. But you know, once we get to the last 30 minutes or so, the movie just puts the, you know, pedal to the metal, and it is just straight chaos, and it's really difficult to kind of keep up and I kind of try to decipher whatever the message is he's trying to send. Like it is really chaotic, and it's a bit confusing. So I wasn't too big on the ending, but again, it's one of those movies where it'll probably benefit you for multiple viewings and watch it a couple times when it comes out, and that's great, and I like that. But first impressions go a long ways too. And when I went and saw Get Out, like I said, when I went to the theater, I walked out, I was like, holy shit, that is a mind-blowing movie. But that's because I understood like a lot of the messaging that was there. In this movie, towards the end, it kind of gets a little cluttered. It kind of gets a little messy, and it is kind of hard to follow like what is really the message here. So
probably because you're looking at the horse dicks nonstop.
There was a lot of horse dick in this movie, and it was very distracting.
He couldn't stop.
I couldn't because Tone kept going dick, and I was just like, God, will you stop, dude?
You were drool. I had to like wipe the drool off.
Grow up. What's up, Kate? Yeah, no, it was. Look, it's a good flick. I don't think it's as good as Get Out, but I'll definitely watch it again when it does come out on digital. I'm looking forward to watching it with the wife and get her thoughts on it, and then, like you said, maybe a couple of subsequent viewings, and you'll be able to kind of piece things together. And who knows, man? Maybe this is one of those movies where everyone's just kind of like, okay, that's interesting, you know, but what does it mean? Maybe after months of discussions and talking about it, maybe people start to unearth what the real message is, and everyone's like, holy shit, Peele's a fucking genius. We all knew it's his best movie. Who knows? But I'll be really curious to get people's thoughts on it because like Tone has mentioned, and I know Jay Hill said he heard from some people as well, it's very diverse right now. It's a very it's a
overall it seems
movie.
like it's pretty good. Like I like the ratings and the people, it seems really positive. But there is like I mean, I would say more like a 65-35, something like that, like right now.
Yeah, it's
somewhere that like, you know, like a, you know, like I don't know. It's not a full 50-50 split, I don't feel like, but I certainly think that, you know, it's, well, I definitely see where you're coming from at the end, being kind of fast-assed and everything kind of moving along fast, like, because it was a lot of build-up to that point, and then, like, the last 20 minutes just kind of goes, I feel like, as well, too, so, you know, right, wrong, or indifferent, I guess, on that. I didn't have any issue with the pacing, but I certainly can see, you know, you struggling with
compared
that as
to
well,
everything else, I mean, I don't want to say it was a slow burn, but I mean, it was built. It was like I'd say 75-80% of the movie is built on suspense. Like it is it's a tension-filled movie. It's a very unsettling movie. You can never really kind of get comfortable in this movie. There was so many like oddities going on and weird things happening, and I like that part of it. And then just towards the end, it just really kind of ramped up and just kind of like sprinted to the finish line. I was like, ugh.
And I kind of wonder if
I was waiting for a more effective payoff.
When I guess I wonder, I think, and that's where I wonder, like, did he take a gamble on that payoff? Like, what do you think the payoff is, and what did he think the payoff is going to be?
Yeah.
You know, because like when we saw certain things happen, and we were like, "Whoa, that's happening!" Like we were like, "Whoa!" And I almost wonder if it was started to kind of like evolve and more things like that as well too. Like he got all his messaging out. Let's get into the fantastical stuff or the crazy shit.
Yeah, I mean, there is some interesting shit that happens.
There's some
wild stuff,
wild
some very cosmic
shit.
horror.
Yeah, so there's some stuff that happens, and like I was telling you, like when you lean into those kind of like that literature. That sometimes is how that is. It's just all of a sudden, like, it's not supposed to be explained. It's unexplainable, and that's why, you know, people are driven to it and things of that nature. And then, you know, the there's definitely, like, you know, there's some interpretations left with the whole thing. And I wish, Brian, because
when does Cthulhu appear?
He's right. But yeah, I like I said, I certainly get where you're coming from on that. I was so enthralled, even through the fast-ass ending, just the entire time of the sheer awe of how gorgeous this movie was.
Yeah, it's a good-looking movie.
And just completely, like, I just keep looking up and seeing the sky and the clouds and just everything about it. And, like, You know, I don't know. I think the fight or flight thing really hooks me, and that movie was constantly fight or flight.
Oh, yeah,
and that stuff will just
a lot.
that was really gripping. And then there's a scene or two in there that are just absolutely like fucking horrifying, like sound, visual, everything. So
Cuddles has got some of the reviews are all over the place. One says, I believe this to be my top 5 of 2022 so far. Jordan Peele never fails to create a terrifying story that actively and literally had me on the edge of my seat throughout the movie. While this was more of a sci-fi and thriller than his previous work with Spielbergian nods and well tied together story navigates you through a different perspective of your average UFO movie.
That's a fair.
The other one, 58 minutes ago, this is posted 58 minutes ago. Would I spend 2 hours of my life watching this movie again? Nope. No, it's polarizing. I mean, if you look at all the reviews, it's kind of all over the place. And I think the audience score isn't as high as the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. I think there's so
he said 70 audience.
Yeah, about
80.
a 10 to 15% difference there. So I always do like seeing that. I mean, like I'm not the type of guy that will sit there and say, "Oh, critics are full of shit." There are some critics that I actually do respect, and I think they're very good at what they do. But at the end of the day, it is about going to see it for yourself. And don't get me wrong, I like seeing an audience review score, but believe me, there are some fucking losers on that side of the fence as well compared to critics. So I take both sides with a grain of salt, but critics and audiences are always going to kind of be a little bit different. So welcome back, Crash. El Blanco's in the chat. What's going on, El Blanco?
It's definitely, I think that makes it. I think this movie definitely. And movies, I think, just generally are always supposed to make you feel a certain way or whatever you take from them. And I think this is definitely a movie that I can see a little bit of like a mix of things, and we're already kind of seeing it as well too. So,
if you ever see in the comment section, the audience opinion is trash. I mean, if you're talking Metacritic, usually usually the audience ones pretty much suck ass. So, oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, dude. I'm all like disheveled. We drank some Frescas. These things were really good, huh?
Really good, actually.
I
was really shocked by how good that was, actually. And I hate Corona as a beer.
Yeah, he does, but he likes the Refrescas. All right, now I know Kate is here, so that means we should probably get to the trailers.
We should probably get to the trailers.
We're going to go trailers, then we're going to talk Old Man, and then we're going to finish with the Cuddles classic, Nick Cage.
The Cuddles classic.
But we're going to hop over to, obviously this weekend was...
we're going to head to San Diego, actually.
We're going to head to San Diego.
So first of all...
We're going to, there we are. We're at Comic-Con. We were at the Midland Mall Comic-Con, now we're at San Diego.
Going to In-N-Out Burger
Comic-Con.
after.
Dude, burp like that again. I'm almost there.
Jesus Christ.
Comments almost ruined Wreck-It Ralph. Oh, do people really shit on Wreck-It Ralph?
That's an amazing movie.
That movie's incredible.
Actually, movie a lot.
It's unfortunate.
Both of them.
San Diego Comic-Con. Everyone was super hyped. Lots of rumors. Hey, did Henry Cavill show up? He sure didn't. Everyone thought Henry Cavill was going to show up to say, "Hey, I'm back as Superman."
Well, if there's one thing that happens with carrot dangling, and that's definitely with DC fans, unfortunately.
They were most displeased that Henry Cavill did not show up. But the one thing that did show up, Tone, and never disappoints, trailers. We got a lot of trailers. Now, I actually forgot to tell you, I guess they did show a trailer for Ant-Man. I was not able to find it anywhere.
It was shown only at SDCC. It was not given to the public.
Wasn't given to the public, but
I've seen the transcripts.
Oh, yeah, I've read and I see my man. I know Kang shows up, which is fucking awesome.
The conversation I read was pretty dope.
I am really excited. I want to try to find that transcript, or if I know it's hard as hell for people to get videos out of there because they'll shoot that shit down really fast. Jonathan Majors, we saw in Loki, I thought he did a great job. And Loki, I was like, oh man, he's got that vibe, he's got that swagger. He's gonna be really, really good.
They built up six episodes and got to him, and he nailed the fucking landing with his performance.
It was really
absolutely incredible.
I'm ready for this guy to take over. It's gonna be really exciting when he does get there. But we did get 5 trailers. Actually, there was a lot of trailers, but we picked out these 5 specifically because I feel like they're really, really well done. They generate a lot of buzz, a lot of hype. And so what we're going to do, Tone, is we're going to actually just kind of bounce through all these trailers. We're going to watch them right now. So let's go into the theater. Here we are. Such a nice theater. It's so pretty in here. The chairs are a little big, but...
Want some popcorn?
First trailer we're going to check out, dude, is a movie I am fucking excited for. I have been a fan of the series since the first one, and even though the third one kind of leaned into the very chaotic, John Wick is still my favorite action series so far in a long, long time. Let's check out the trailer for John Wick 4.
Have you given any thought to where this ends? The table will never stop. You know this. No one, not even you, can kill everyone.
You ready, John?
Yeah.
I don't listen. They could make 36 more of these. I'll be there day one, and I'll be just as excited as seeing the first one. Like, yes, was the third one a little more bouncy with some of the story? Absolutely.
Like, it really leaned into the comic side of things a lot. Like, the comic vibe.
At this point, I mean, for like, whatever. I just don't like. Honestly, I am so ready for this movie.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Dude, I'm hyped.
Like,
I'm fucking hyped. Oh, this is better than Matrix, dude. This is better than Matrix, the latest Matrix. The John Wick movies are just so fucking well done. They're so well done in terms of the direction. They're so well done thanks to the choreographed fights and the shootouts. It's this movie, dude.
Donnie Yen, man.
You got Clancy Brown. I mean, we saw Clancy.
We saw the Kurgan.
Yeah, we saw. I mean, Bill Skarsgård's in this. He looks like he's gonna be the big bad. And dude, I'm a John Wick stan, and I will watch these movies all the time. The first one was just so incredible, and then the second one was like even better. And like I said, the third one, while I had some issues with how it ended and just like how it just got really crazy. Jesus, Crash, what? Still haven't seen. Am I reading that right? Did I just read that?
Don't. Let's hey.
I feel like he's disrespecting.
It's okay.
It's okay. Hang on. I'm trying to compose myself.
Gotta adjust to the cucumbers.
I forgot. I sit next to Crash at movies, and he's a cool kid, and he's a nice guy, and yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Tried to watch the first one, but I think I streamed the wrong one. The title was John Thick. Yeah, you watched the wrong movie, dude. You watched the wrong movie, but it must have been good though. It was probably still pretty good. I own them though. That doesn't make it any better. It actually makes it worse. Crash. I would have just said I don't own them. That's why I haven't watched them.
He
but you say I own them, but I haven't watched them.
Right. He bought Morbius on Blu-ray.
Yeah. He bought. He probably watched. You know what? He's probably watched fucking Morbius now that he owns it.
Crash.
Dude, that's all it is headshots. That's what I love about it. Is like he is all headshots. Boom, 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 headshot. Everyone dies by a fucking headshot, whether it's a pistol or a shotgun. I mean, it is just an awesome way. And like, dude, everything is so well choreographed. You know what I like about it? And it's the same thing I talk about with like the issues I have with Mortal Kombat. All those fights are long shots. It's not like cut, angle, edit. It is just so well like choreographed where it can play out a considerable amount before they switch cameras.
Doesn't take you out of the action.
Right, you are in it, like because it's when you're cutting away that actually pulls you out of it. But when it is a straight shot or it's a lengthy shot, it pulls you and it gets you hyped. Man, the red circle shootout in the first one, the bar that is fucking hands down one of the best action sequences ever. Like it is so good. I get so hyped. Still love the horse kick deaths. Yep. I will watch him tomorrow. You better, Crash. You better watch him tomorrow. But the first one will always be my favorite. The gentleman's name escapes me. The guy who played the Russian boss. He's fucking amazing. He just passed away a couple years ago. But his story about Baba Yaga was just so fucking awesome. And I was just like, they built up John's character. And then when you're watching that movie, you know what that movie reminded me of? It reminded me a little bit of the movie Blade, the first Blade. Very dark, but you believe this world exists.
I see that.
A little grounded. And John Wick is just kind of it was a weird movie, but then he gets to the Continental, And that's when like the comic book vibe really hit me when he gets to Continental. It's like this is where all the hitmen hang
The
out.
entire movie is
it all plays out. Yeah, but that was like the first time in the movie I was like, oh, okay, I'm starting to dig this vibe now, like this hitman, this underworld of like hitman.
If you look at it as an RPG, the Continental is kind of like your safe house.
Yeah, it's a safe house. That's where you rank up and apply your skill points.
There you go.
Could you imagine if someone did an Mortal Kombat inspired by the old Shaw Brother films?
I don't want to imagine anything with that damn game anymore.
Wow.
It comes to movies.
Is John Wick a new movie? Never heard of it.
Kronos.
Okay. Cuddles is in timeout? No. I thought this was an awesome trailer. I like to see who's involved in the cast. Clancy, Bill Skarsgård.
Katana fight.
I mean, it looks pretty dope. Really, really excited for John Wick 4. We will be checking that out in March. Absolutely. All right, Tone. This next trailer is one that I know you're a big fan of the original. I have yet to see this. I have yet to see Shazam, the first one.
Yeah, it is probably of the current DCEU canon. I do like Man of Steel. I am a big fan of Man of Steel. Even for some of its flaws that I do recognize, I really do enjoy Shazam because BVS was a mess. The Snyder Cut was still a good movie, I feel like, but overall entertainment and the comedic bits and how they rolled with this one, great movie. I love this movie. I love the first one.
Let's check out the trailer for the second one.
I'm an idiot.
It's showtime!
I don't deserve these powers, if I'm being honest. Like, what am I even contributing? Ow! There's already a superhero with a red suit with a lightning bolt on it. Aquaman is literally huge and he's so manly. And Batman is so cool. And I'm just me. I feel like a fraud. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the wizard gave me superpowers. Well, then everybody got superpowers. Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Now everyone's kind of like doing their own thing, and I'm the only one trying to keep it together.
You understand I'm a pediatrician, right?
Come on!
Now let's get down to business.
Listen to me, Billy. The fate of your world depends on it.
What is this?
The daughters of Atlas are coming for you.
Children stole the power of all the gods. This is very personal, Billy.
Look, I might not have as much experience as you, because I'm not super old like you. But I've seen all of the Fast and the Furious movies, lady. It's all about family! Family! Guys, that was a signal!
Introducing the star of our show. His name is Shazam! Now let's get down to business.
Your world will not survive this.
I don't know how we fight powers like this.
You think I know how to fix this dude, but I really don't.
Billy, everyone can be worthy. Let's give it a chance. Now go fight for your family. Go fight for the world.
Hurry, step right up. You wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world right now.
I just threw a truck at a dragon. I love my life.
Let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Can I get a witness?
Jay McKenzie asked the real question that everyone
the
wants
real
to know.
question,
Is
right,
Eminem doing the entire soundtrack?
can
I feel like it's a
only
missed opportunity if he
Hope
doesn't.
so. Right. No, I thought that trailer looked fun and as well, just like the first movie. The first movie's fun, tons of levity, tons of comedic bits. I mean, he's a 15-year-old kid turning into an adult superhero, so with this special power. I already see the chat out here. Cuddles has a good question. Is this so good because it's more like Marvel movie compared to the rest of the DC? Ooh. I think it's a split. I think there's a degree of that where I can see that. I also feel like, because I know Crash said no, it's good compared to the Snyder shit, and then of course we got the 94% audience score on Shazam. For me, it's really not necessarily about whether it's more like a Marvel, though I think that's a fair thought process. For me, it's more about the fact maybe I'm just exhausted with the same 3 or 4 fucking DC heroes making movies.
Yeah, because we're tired of Batman. I love
Batman. I don't really care about Superman, and but like at the same time, like we're seeing the same, like every 10 years it's a rotation. Okay, we got to cast somebody new as Joker and Batman.
Right.
It's
every
it's
2
still,
years if it's Ezra Miller.
But like, you know what I mean? Like, you're getting newer characters, you're getting different people in there, you're seeing stuff we haven't seen before. And this does feel, in a way, I can see it, kind of feels a little bit more like maybe the Marvel.
Oh.
And they've, the DCU's been a hot mess with even like Suicide Squad and, what else? Doesn't even matter. Outside of Peacekeeper, which has been, but Peacekeeper had a lot of levity.
Yep.
The thing is, if DC leans more into kind of like the jokes and stuff like that, I just feel like it kind of makes the serious stuff a little bit easier to intake. But there's some great characters in this. You get a Hawkeye finally, and I know that sometimes is a bit for people as well too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he looked fucking awesome in the film.
Right.
And you've got Pierce Brosnan playing Dr. Fate. Like, fucking hell yeah! What a guy to play a character like that of all characters. So, I hear Doom Patrol's amazing. Yeah, Cuddles says the same thing. Jay McKenzie. That's on me because I haven't watched it. But and some of the CW shows have been but. I think that's what it is for me, is that I'm just gravitating to non-main DC characters, and it's more compelling for me because it's just stuff we haven't seen in a while. And honestly, with Black Adam coming out now, a lot of us know that Black Adam and Shazam, it's a whole thing. So, how is that going to lead in? You can't tell me there's no correlation that they're coming out within the same period of time, like a year.
Right.
Come on.
Like I feel like it'd be like an end credit scene thing where you'll see the crossover between the two. Like at the end of Black Adam, you'll see something with Shazam.
You got to.
And at the end of Shazam, or possibly maybe the final battle in Shazam or whatever,
maybe he shows up.
You'll see Black Adam. Because you're right. They're 2 months apart.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Black Adam comes out in October, Shazam's at Christmas in December, so that's a good window for them to like really kind of generate the hype for those two characters.
Yep. So new Swamp Thing guy. I think I got canceled after the first season, but everybody said that show was amazing for sure. So
Harley Quinn animated series is outstanding. Where's that at?
I'm not sure, but I can say that I feel like a lot of people, even DC fans, typically. Well, I mean, I don't want to speak for them, but like for me, a lot of times their animated ends up being like their strong suit compared to some of their movies. But
oh, really?
Yeah, probably HBO actually. Yeah, you're right. Probably with the Warner Brothers thing for sure. But yeah, I think this movie looks really fun. Like, who knows when we'll see it? But I thought, if you haven't seen the first Shazam, I highly recommend it. If you suffered through like the BVS and that shit, you need to at least watch Shazam to balance that out.
Right. BVS or the first Suicide Squad?
Huh?
The first Suicide Squad?
What about it?
I mean, that's another trash ass movie that you need something good to like wash that out of your mouth. So
yeah.
But yeah, that was a great trailer. Now this next trailer, again, Marvel just has a way of not only just creating sometimes exciting trailers, but this is a very heartfelt trailer. This one actually kind of hit me a little bit due to the choice of the song and just everything that we know that has gone on with Chadwick Boseman and the passing of him. And I think a lot of people are curious to see how they're going to handle Black Panther, the mantle of that, and the franchise in general going forward. But this week we got the first trailer for Wakanda Forever. Let's check this out.
No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Little darling, don't shed no tear. No woman, no cry. Good friends we have, and good friends we've lost along the way. In this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears, I say.
man, that was just an incredibly well done trailer. You know, it was just it's an emotional trailer. A lot of it looks like. I mean, this is going to be a movie that's going to hit a lot of people, and rightfully so. Again, everyone is kind of curious who's going to pick up the mantle, who is going to take on the role. Obviously, there's already been a lot of like people are speculating, trying to figure out who is wearing the Black Panther outfit.
It might have been outed by a leak, but we don't know either for sure.
Oh, really? Well, what is your guess?
A lot of people were saying Killmonger because of the gold, but I think
you think it's gonna be Shuri.
I definitely think it's Shuri. Like she like physically, it looks like Shuri. Like I don't. It's not because I mean, fucking Michael B. Jordan's
he's cut
massive.
I noticed when I watched it again, like the legs. It didn't look, it just looked a little bit more tone, like you would expect, like somebody smaller. Well, you wouldn't expect Michael B. Jordan.
And it would, I'm sure he's going to be in it somewhere. I think that would be a good moment, but I think it would devalue his death by bringing him back as the Black Panther. I think it would be more because, I mean, Shuri was the Black Panther for a while in the comics, and maybe she takes up the mantle until clearly his son comes through, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. And listen, and I was telling you this too, Black Panther is one of my favorite of the MCU, hands down. Like, when Chadwick passed, I'll never forget, it was a Saturday night, I was sitting there on my phone and just popped through. I was like one of the first of all, like, so a lot of my circles of friends see it, and I was just like, what the fuck? And we talk about it on the show after that. We even, we did like a little, thing just because like, like when you think of actors and people that were so powerful, not in just your career, but in your real life and what he was battling secretly in the things that he did and gave back to the world as a charitable person.
Yep.
I think about the people who don't do that shit and it makes you just want to cry. You know what I mean? So alone, yes, this was super powerful, and like even speaking on it, like it makes me kind of emotional.
It does, man. I'm telling you, man, that whole trailer is fucking.
It's incredible, And I hate to spin it, but I am so hype for finally getting Marvel's first mutant, one of the original 2 characters Marvel ever put in comics, the one and only Namor. I am so hyped for Namor. He's a very polarizing character in the comics, just from how he operates. He can be kind of a good guy, kind of a bad guy, kind of a middle ground guy, kind of an anti-hero. A lot of great stuff with Namor, and he's got his hands tied into a lot of different things. And though they changed his background and where Atlantis is, they're leaning more into like the Mayan and like Central America, things in that way. Whatever, just like give me the character. I just want Namor, and it looks cool, and I'm definitely here for it. Like, I know a lot of people might not be fully on board for some of those changes, but I'm very excited to at least give that a day in court. I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
Crash says he thinks it'll be shared. It'll go to Shuri and M'Baku.
Honestly, that's fine too. I want to see Shuri and M'Baku is secretly one of my favorite characters of just that entire like Wakanda in general. Like M'Baku is incredible. Like, that's a great character.
I do like there's a couple good scenes with Angela Bassett, who I love Angela Bassett. I think she's incredible, and obviously we're gonna get to see her flex her chops. We all know what she's capable of doing. She's been nominated for an Oscar before. So I mean, I think you're gonna see a lot of powerful performances in this movie. Everyone's gonna bring their A game, because if you ever listen to the interviews from the people that have worked with Chadwick Boseman, they say the guy didn't fuck around. Like, he was always at his best. He was always trying to make every scene the best it can be, and I think everyone probably ran with that, and I think we're just going to see a lot of great performances in this movie. So I'm stoked for it. Crash says Chadwick Boseman and the song "No Woman No Cry" got me through a tough time. Both incredibly inspiring. I cannot wait for this movie. I'm with you, man. Like, I just feel like this is gonna be one of those movies where it's going to be a spectacle. It's going to be emotional. I think they'll they'll find a way to pay tribute to Chadwick that's going to just probably have the entire theater in fucking tears. And it's gonna, this is like, I feel like this is like the best way to end Phase 4. I mean, this is the final movie of Phase 4, and I feel like this is in a unique position to be one of the most emotional like Marvel movies we've seen to date. So. I think there's a lot of expectations for this, but I do feel like there's also it's going to be hard for some folks. It's going to be a tough movie to go see without Chadwick, but I have faith with everybody else that's involved. Everyone else in these movies are really good. What's that?
Yeah, I feel like the kind of person he would want people to not not go. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he'd want people to be.
He'd absolutely, he had faith in all the cast and crew, and, they all loved him, and he loved them. So I'm excited for it, dude. I think it's going to be a great send-off for the phase. And like I said, everyone's kind of curious to see who will take up the mantle. Who knows? It'll be exciting to watch to see how that plays out. We have 2 more trailers. Tone's going to piss his pants if we don't hurry up. So this next trailer, now the first, y'all look like you're, I'm seriously, anytime I watch that trailer and that song kicks in, man, there's just certain parts where you're just like, God damn it.
Anytime I talk about Chadwick, I get really emotional.
It hurts, man. It hurts. So the next trailer we're going to check out, this is the first big official trailer. I think the first one we saw was a teaser for She-Hulk. There were some people that were a little concerned about the special effects. And we get to see a little bit better. I think they do look a little bit better in this trailer. They look like they've had some time to refine them and clean them up. So let's check out the latest trailer for She-Hulk.
Wow! Jeez, what the hell, man?
Still in control, no overwhelming feelings of rage.
No, a normal amount of rage.
You do revert back to Gen form when you sleep.
Was the air horn really necessary?
For comedy, absolutely. This is a multi-year journey you're about to embark on.
Yes.
Yeah. Who's your best friend?
Nikki.
Spandex. Spandex is your best friend. Being a Hulk asks for balance. You have so much more to learn. Yes!
So I'm clearly nailing it at all these things.
If you want to go back to your life as a lawyer, I respect that.
He doesn't mean that.
More and more eccentric superhumans are coming out of the woodwork. We're going to launch a division for them. And I want the She-Hulk to be the face of it.
Jennifer Waters. Namaste.
I have a serious conflict of interest. This man tried to kill my cousin, Bruce.
Yeah, that's quite all right.
Oh. People only care because I'm representing Emil Blonsky. I think they care because they're like, hey, that girl's great. Jen, do your thing. God, I really like this outfit. I'm not proud of this.
Miss Walters, we answer to a higher power. Our universe is on the edge of a precipice.
I am a lawyer. We do things by the book.
The Book of Ashanti.
No, the Book of American laws.
Whether you like it or not, you're now a superhero.
Let's do this. You know that friend you had in high school who was way cooler than you were attractive, got all the attention from everyone? Hello.
I think I'm jealous. Is that what I'm feeling?
Hey, you know what that is?
Who is it?
You really don't know who it is?
No. I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me.
Fucking Daredevil. That's red and gold Daredevil too. That's like fucking throwback. Daredevil,
dude.
yeah.
I actually think the show looks really good. I'm really, really excited for the show, dude.
Yeah, dude, it looks fucking awesome. And Crash, who's a fan of She-Hulk, and other people like I was telling you that I know that are fans of the She-Hulk comic say this really feels like they're sticking to a lot of that source material. It feels really natural for the character. Fourth wall breaking, the levity, and the sexy time maybe even as well too, but the jokes and everything, just generally this feels really fun. Like the first trailer looked cool, but everybody was, myself included, was a little fixated on the CGI, like what the fuck, so you get through this entire trailer, you're seeing all this great stuff, She-Hulk, and then you see Daredevil, we're gonna see Daredevil for the first time back as actual Daredevil, not just sitting around doing lawyer stuff,
right,
catching bricks. So really, really hyped too. So yeah, and you're not the first person you were the first person that said that, but you're not the last that's been saying that, actually, Crash too, that the new She-Hulk run is a really, really good read. So And it seems like they're leaning into that. So, again, she was one of the, like, Deadpool. Did she break fourth wall before Deadpool? Did I hear that correctly? I might be wrong on that, but I want to say, but it just seems like that they're really trying to do what they can to aim.
As long as she fully references a past MCU movie as a point in court at some point, I'll be happy.
That would be fucking brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. Weren't they a thing at some point, Crash? Jen and Matt, weren't they a thing?
I bet Jen and Matt are gonna fuck.
Two lawyers. Yeah, and she did before Deadpool. Okay, so and wasn't she also tied to Wonder Man at one point too? If I remember, could be wrong on that as well too.
It was cool to see a little bit of a callback to Hulk.
Well, because technically they don't recognize the Universal film Incredible Hulk as part of the MCU, even though they had planned to do some crossover stuff and things like that got cut. That pissed Ed Norton off, but this is full on. I mean, we already see Blonsky or the
Thunderbolt was in that though too, wasn't he?
Yes, and back and forth. Yes, they kept the same actor who just recently passed. William Hurt recently just passed, who apparently was a real piece of shit in real life. But anyways,
was he really?
Yeah,
William Hurt was a piece of shit.
Yeah, if you go back into the '80s, you'll read some stuff.
I mean, yeah, it was the '80s. So
well, I mean, no, he's
like real piece of shit.
Real piece of shit.
Oh fuck. Okay, now I got to read it.
Anyways, yeah, so it's just exciting that that's really them fully recognizing the Incredible Hulk. So
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so
that's pretty sweet. I think the show looks really good. I think this is a good trailer. And like you said, Banner Hulk is just kind of a lovable guy.
It's just because Mark Ruffalo's fun. Like
but I am excited to see. I kind of like this though, that what they're doing with Hulk. Banner Hulk, he's just kind of like a little bit more. Yeah, but I think this is doing a really good job of building up to the point where he's gonna eventually have to.
At some point, he's gonna. Yeah,
there's gonna be how awesome it would be if it come down to something up against Kang. Like we're talking way down the road, and tough position. Backs against the wall, and Kang or whatever's going on. And all of a sudden, he's just like, fuck it. And something triggers him, and we get Hulk back. I mean, because he hasn't been the same since he got his ass whooped. He's just been he's been Banner Hulk. He's this middle ground. He's just like, okay, yeah, we love him. But, I miss Hulk.
Last time we saw Badass Hulk was in Ragnarok. Yeah.
And even then, he got his ass whooped. Then he was like, I'm really done with this shit.
Well, at the end, but yeah.
No, that's true, too. But no, good trailer. I am excited for this. All right, one more trailer to go, and then Tone, if he hasn't already pissed himself, we'll have to go to a pee break. I don't know if I have the audio set up for this, so I apologize if it doesn't play right away. Hang on, here we go. This is the trailer for The Sandman.
I'm not gonna stop until I've reshaped this world.
Tell us what power.
Your waking world is shaped by dreams. Dreams and nightmares that I create and which I must control.
He's out there looking for me, isn't he?
Can you imagine the damage he could do?
I need your help. If dreams disappear, then so will humanity.
I could do without dreams for a while. I haven't had a decent night's sleep in ages.
I'm not gonna stop until I've reshaped this world.
Tell us what power of dreams you have.
I thought about giving up, but I have a job to do.
when I do it.
Things have changed.
Your eyes will tell me everything. Every thought, every feeling.
My creations do not walk amongst the living, killing mortals for pleasure.
Oh, you don't think dreams can die? Let's find out.
Nightmares do not belong in the waking world.
Oh, it turns out I fit right in.
Dreams don't die.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
That has potential to be one of the better adaptations that we've seen in a while. From
What is Sandman, Tone?
I'm not overly great with this. This is not something that I read a lot of. Just like Preacher years ago, that was big too. Those big names, Preacher and Sandman, growing up like in the '90s, mid '90s. Those were two like the most renowned like graphic novels that you could read because they weren't just like conventional reading of like comic books and superheroes. These were stories that were being told. I had a good friend that was a huge fan of this series, and like I said, I've never really actually read it. So if anybody out there is a bit more on the Sandman side of it, go at it. But I do know that he's been gone for many, many years in prison and finally gets out, goes back to his castle or whatever, and it's decaying and falling apart. You know, part of the balance of, you know, the dreams and things in that nature as well too. So really looks good. It's one of those things where it's going to be definitely a lot of story, a lot of good cinematography. Already looks really good.
I mean, it looks like it's very artistic, very like
the casting so far looks really spot on as well too. Very funny. Yeah, dancing out of it. Yeah. No, this looks really, really, really awesome. And you know, Netflix has had a love-hate relationship with some of these kind of stories and their adaptations. Especially if you look at like some of the anime adaptations they've done, have been just the movies or whatever it is, just been horrible, or the series. So I got high hopes for this one, hopefully, because so far it looks pretty good. I know there's been some blowback, I think, on Brienne Christie. I can't think of Gwendolyn Christie playing Lucifer. I think in this, they don't. People are upset about that, I guess, because female playing Lucifer. I don't know. I think that's why something I read. I could be wrong on that as well too, but all I know is this looks really good. I know that this is like, I mean, we're talking Neil Gaiman here, so I mean, his track record speaks, you know, volumes. So, you know, as long as we, you know, keep what it looks like going on here.
It looked like a dope ass show. I'm not
like
familiar with it, but it looked fucking really good. Like it's a visual feast.
Yeah,
like, this looks really good.
Great stories.
I know you got to go back, but there's two more things we got to quick discuss. We did see a list of Phase 5. We have a roadmap of Phase 5 for the MCU that they showed at Comic-Con. Obviously, starting off in February, we're going to have Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. We see Secret Invasion in the spring.
Yep.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in May 5th. In the summer of 2023, we have Echo, which is interesting because that is going to be Daredevil, and we know that Kingpin is going to be in that as well. Loki Season 2 next summer. July 22nd, The Marvels. The one I'm really hyped about in November, Blade. Blade comes out next November. Fucking hype. Fall 2023, Ironheart will be on Disney Plus.
Who's in the Wakanda Forever?
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's the other girl with Shuri. She's the one pounding the heart out of the metal.
Yeah. Really hyped about this. In winter 2023, Agatha. So we get to see the return of Agatha. Daredevil. 18 episodes.
Holy shit.
Now, finally, you know, we've been talking about that with some of these limited series and whatnot for Disney Plus. We're like, fuck, man, can we get more than like 6
Crank
episodes?
Crank it up, fuckers.
18 episodes of Daredevil. May 3rd, 2024, Captain America, New World Order. Anthony Mackie will be taking on the mantle of Captain America.
Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash will be involved.
And then July 26, 2024, Thunderbolts.
So just like everybody was thinking, we are getting a Thunderbolts. They're building Thunderbolts. So, and ironically enough, pretty close to Captain America. So we'll be seeing what is it, the U.S. Agent?
Yep.
Real soon.
What's going on, Pikachu? Now, here's the other interesting thing, Tone, that came out. You know, obviously, Marvel has an idea how they want to release their movies. They have a set pattern that's usually pretty spot on every year. They have movies here, movies in this month, and they usually have their Disney Plus stuff staggered in between.
Yep.
We look here, we see Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania is in February. This past year, Doctor Strange was in March Madness. Multiverse of Madness was in March. We go to May. There's Guardians of the Galaxy, Blade in November, and then we don't have another Marvel movie until May 3rd. No fucking way. Apparently, this was somebody picked up on this over during Comic-Con. Marvel Studios has an untitled Marvel film scheduled for February 16, 2024 that they did not announce at Comic-Con. They are saying that they're saving this announcement for D23. The film will fall in Phase 5 between Blade and Captain America: New World Order. And Tone, the rumor has it, Deadpool 3 is the movie that will be dropping sometime in Phase 5. Which makes sense because Deadpool 2 dropped on February 14th. It dropped on Valentine's Day.
First one did.
The first one did. Came out in February. And Marvel is they're not going to leave a huge gap where they could make money. And it would make a lot of sense. I mean, that's 2024. That's a ways out. They still have plenty of time to make that movie. But it sounds like the rumors are building right now that Deadpool 3 will be that movie that drops in February of 2024 in Phase 5.
Go.
And I think everyone... Dude, did you see Ryan Reynolds' tweet where he had all the different R rating or the red band trailers for all like the Disney classics?
Mm-hmm.
I think there was one that was like kid watches Dear Mom get blown away or some shit. Like the way he took all these classic Disneys and gave them a red band label. I thought that shit was hilarious. But yeah, dude, I would be really, really, really hyped if we get a Deadpool 3.
Super hype.
In 2024, early 2024. So that'd be a cool way to get people. I mean, gosh, man, think about that going from Blade to Deadpool, Cap.
What a fucking lineup.
I mean, that's fine, and that's Phase 5,
lineup.
so that's fucking sexy.
Mm.
And I didn't grab the screenshot, but we do have the names of the Avenger films. Of the big ones. I know one is the Kang Dynasty.
Kang Dynasty.
And then the last one is what again? Secret Wars?
Yeah.
I think it's Secret Wars.
Hmm.
And those are slated for 2025.
Yeah.
So.
Which if they do those late in the fall, maybe, and I don't remember the time frames, and they're probably not, but they could squeeze in some X-Men in there and get some more muties in there. But, you know, with the what they're saying now, too, is that the contracts for Fox Mutants is up in 2025,
honored,
which is horse shit, but it is what it is. And then also the Armor Wars was missing from this lineup. People noticed that right away, too, and that was something I was excited about, too, because I had a feeling the broker from Falcon Winter Soldier and Agent whatever 13 or 11, I can't remember, Sharon there, somehow is going to be a part of that, but we've got War, because where's War Machine? Where's the Iron War or the Armor Wars and stuff like that? And I think they kind of came out the next day and said, "Oops, hey, hi, yeah, we kind of forgot that it's somewhere it's supposed to be wedged in there." I don't really remember, but there was also that, and then I swear there's something else I'm missing as well too. But either way, they did mention that as well too. So
awesome, exciting times. We got Phase 5 planned out now. We have the roadmap for that. Could be a surprise drop somewhere in February of 2024. I think a lot of people would be really excited about it. And we do know the two Avenger films in 2025 are the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. So, exciting times.
Big ass incursion.
We're also now, before one more thing.
Knock it off.
We're going to break down the plot of Multiverse of Madness. There are 17 points that I want to dissect.
You just hit the fucking button.
Oh, my God. All right, guys. We're going to take a quick break. Tone's got to go tinky. We're going to talk about The Old Man next, and then we're going to finish up the Cuddles Classic, The Best of Nick Cage. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Tone's all done going tinky.
Made room to drink more.
Woke up everybody upstairs, pissed off my dog.
Piss in the washer.
Yep. It looked like a toilet, damn it.
That's right.
All right, Tone. Up next, we are going to discuss the season review of The Old Man, starring Jeff Bridges, John Lithgow, Aaliyah Shawkat, Bill Heck, Liam Lubani, and Amy Brenneman. This was a show you and I were really, really excited about, mainly because it's John Lithgow and Jeff Bridges locking horns in a spy thriller espionage
It's
movie.
enough to sell me.
Sweet, man. You know, when we first saw the trailer, you know, my only concern was like, look, is this just going to be another Taken ripoff where they take old-ass Jeff Bridges and he's going to be out there kicking everyone's ass and killing people nonstop? Thankfully, it is not a copycat of Taken. This is actually a much deeper dive.
I don't think we expected this at all.
I did not expect this at all.
At all.
This is so much more than just an action show.
Yes.
This is a character-driven piece that is, you know, got a little bit of action here and there. Well done action. But this is more or less about character development. This is more or less about the game that is being played by all parties. And it is two of our better, if not best actors of our generation going toe-to-toe with different types of roles. And this show did not disappoint, dude. This show did not disappoint at all. It's definitely kind of a slower burn, but again, it's because I feel like it's almost like the marketing kind of almost was kind of a disservice to this show.
Yeah.
Because honestly, man, when we first saw it, I was like, oh, this looks cool. I love Jeff Bridges. I like these actors. But, you know, if this is just going to be a beat 'em up, I'm on board. But thankfully, dude, there is a lot more to this show. There's a lot of, like, crisscrossing. There's a lot of, like, you know, what's going to happen, a lot of guessing. You know, they do a really good job with a lot of things in this show. I agree with Jay Hill. He says, great show. Can't wait for season 2. There is going to be a season 2. We do know that. It has been confirmed.
It's awesome.
This show was really fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I really, really, really enjoyed this show.
We continue this year to have these either new IP TV series or just continuations of others that have been so good. It's almost like during the pandemic, people sat around and started, and I'm guessing that's part of it. Brainchilds were starting to happen during the pandemic because, we complain so much about movies, specifically movies, about how things just feel the same or it's a retold story. TV series right now are not doing that, I feel like. And this one, like you said, like the marketing for it made me think it was going to be Jeff Bridges fighting everybody nonstop, like Nobody or something like that as well, too, with Bob Odenkirk. Like, I was here for it. Like, Old Man. I mean, the Old Man here is still, I think, first of all, it's a great name for it.
The Old Man is not who you think it is either, though. That's the thing.
Right. But
when they reference the Old Man, I think it's in the second to last episode, I was like, oh, that's the Old Man.
Yeah. Like there is that whole thing too.
Yeah. That guy is, that's who I was like, oh,
whole thing, and then the reveal at the end of the scene, which I kind of thought
on to it.
I
and
thought
so
I was
did Jay
catching.
Hill. I was shocked. I was like, oh,
yeah,
shit.
you were really shocked. Like, no, I kind of had a feeling because there were some things I started feeling like this seems.
Actually,
a little...
you know what? I take that back. During that dream sequence that was that she has when she's out, the daughter when she's unconscious.
Okay, you were catching that. Oh,
yeah, there was a little bit there. I guess.
Okay.
Now that I think about it, there is some there that gives that.
But yeah, I'm very like and I'm a slow burn person anyways. So there was even an episode probably in there wasn't hardly any action. So like I said, it is a slow burn for some folks. I really like a lot of slow burn. I like that character development. There was a lot of that in this. Very surprising. By the time we got to the second, third episode, I'm like, this is not the show I thought I was getting, and I'm very happy that it was.
Exactly.
I'm very happy that it was because it has so much substance in it.
Yep.
I don't know, even if slow burn or not, I don't know if necessarily if it is for everybody, but man, just to be able to see guys like John Lithgow and Jeff go at it like the way they are, just especially towards the end, how things kind of converge or whatever, this, that, and the other, and you're like, man, this is.
Yeah. I mean, it's seriously, man. It's a great story from all the characters' different perspectives.
It really is.
And every character is really fleshed out. Every character is dealing with something that is kind of humanizing them. They've been in this business for a long time. They've been doing this thing for a long time, working for the government, doing these shady ops and all this shit. But there's certain things going on in their lives that kind of humanize them a little bit and give them some perspective. And Jeff Bridges' character, he's the operative. He's the guy that's behind enemy lines. He's the guy doing the dirty work. Yeah. Whereas, John Lithgow's character is more kind of like the bureaucrat. He's the guy that's like, the guy behind a desk overseeing everything. And they just have this great dynamic. But then they also have this connection between them all. And like we I think like we saw it earlier in the first episode where John Lithgow is like kind of aiding Chase, Jeff Bridges' character, trying to like give him an out, and it doesn't pan out that way.
He calls him a different name, by the way.
He does. Yes, he does.
Which was, I was like,
yeah. What? I was like, who the hell is that? But then, it's
right.
But like the way that these are complex characters, and that's what I was not expecting from the show. I was like, okay, cool. John Lithgow is gonna channel Eric Quaylen from Cliffhanger and be super seedy and very intense, and Jeff Bridges is gonna be fucking Liam Neeson from fucking Taken. No, we get some very fleshed out characters, complex characters, and there's a lot of dots to connect between them. But the story itself, it is not something that you can sit there and guess. Yeah, there's some things you can pick up on, like you and Jay Hill picked up on stuff, but there were some things where I was just like, man, I don't know where this is going.
Yeah, a couple things. First of all, I love realistic scenes when you've got a guy, the last episode, the gentleman in the building, and he's clearing it out.
Yep.
His entire mannerisms,
tactical
the way he's watching the corners, the way he's going up everything,
doors, checking
everything he was doing, I was like, they had somebody on site there that knew what the fuck he was doing. Because I was really, I love that choreography and that stuff. Because like I want to say whatever Hemsworth did recently too, that was like a whatever that was, like
Extraction.
There was some stuff in there too. I was like, wow, this is done really good.
John Wick is the movie that really got me to appreciate
watch
the way
that kind
people
of
handle guns.
Right.
Like it's not like in Die Hard or anything.
Right.
Like they're being very.
It's
tactical.
just something that for me that pay attention to. For me, This is really random. I got super Metal Gear Phantom Pain vibes when he's early. Those flashbacks when he's in the town, he's clearing stuff out. I'm like, somebody might be a Metal Gear fan in here somewhere because there's a lot of but it's not just then. Like if you start backing it up and start looking at everything, it's like, oh, he's kind of Solid Snake. He's kind of the Colonel. He's kind of Otacon.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's some interesting things there. So there's some video game vibes in it, and it's maybe just because I have a video game mind about things all the time. But there was a lot of things that this show did when it come to those sort of things that I thought were extra and done really well and really brought in that immersion. And like you said, the characters have really amazing development. Even Allie there, like her character has some crazy development, and I think at the end of the day, the thing that all that stuff is great, but what really draws me into the series, and it didn't happen as much later on, but it still sprinkled towards the last when he brings in the lady with him as well too, is when he's giving explanations on things and the perspectives,
how to do certain things.
How to be who he was or who he is.
That shit was deep.
That stuff was fucking compelling as shit. Because I'm like, when he's talking, I'm like, okay.
How do I find the cracks in the armor?
Right. Like reading faces and different stuff. I'm like, man. So I don't know who wrote this show or who was involved in those levels, but it's one of those things where I kind of feel like I almost kind of want to dive a little bit and find out like where are these guys' backgrounds, because like I said, every little element in this thing feels very well thought out, and you don't see that too often.
No, and
yeah,
it
absolutely was.
The napkin and the glass.
That
scene
was
was
fucking
good.
amazing.
But see, that's another scene where I like how Zoe brought a different perspective. That kind of put because like the way Chase is explaining this napkin scene, and you guys will see it if you watch. I'll try not to get into too much of it, but like he tries to explain this thing with a napkin and how he operates and how he would handle his missions, and like he was very set in his way. He was very confident that this is how you got to do it. But then Zoe, who is like this, this character who brings a lot of perspective to him, she points something out, and immediately he's just like, "Oh," like he doesn't say it, but you understand. He's like, "Oh shit, that is something I never thought about it from that perspective." And that's again, these are the types of scenes that you would not get. The flashbacks are the types of scenes you wouldn't get like the flashback scenes are really fucking good.
The pacing of everything works very well.
And you don't get that if you try to make this a take and rip off with just a lot of mindless action. I am so glad that they opted away from that and went with more of the character and story driven stuff, because it was way more compelling. And then you let people like Jeff Bridges and John Lithgow and Amy Brenneman,
the young version of Lithgow.
Dude, that guy, like I like John. I think it's Jonathan Beck is the guy who does, or Bill Heck does a good job at playing Jeff Bridges' character.
Yeah,
but the fucking guy who's doing John Lithgow's character,
he even sounds like him.
He sounds like John Lithgow, and I thought for sure I was like he's got to be voiceover.
His voice mannerisms, everything.
But no, that is him, and you're just like he sounds like fucking John Lithgow.
Crazy.
Everything was exceptionally well done, and I'm just like I'm so glad that we watched this and that we got more, because. Like, look, I want to see. I love watching older guys kick everyone's ass. I think it's great. But when you have talent like Jeff Bridges and John Lithgow, I want that talent utilized, and they fucking do a great job of it with this show. If there was one thing that if this is my only gripe, it's a testament how good the show is. I would have loved, obviously, and I think everybody would have loved, but at the same time, it would have probably hurt the development of everyone else. I wanted more Lithgow-Bridges interaction, but you do get that towards the end. But at the same time, if you force that, you don't get a lot of the other stuff.
Right.
So I understand why they made that decision, but it was the car scene with them in the last season was good. But it was really good.
It was like so smooth, like it was like putting hot butter on a piece of toast without even blinking.
And see,
that entire scene was just like whoop, and how they interacted. I'm like,
the shootout scene in the car chase that he's talking about was fucking cool too, because it was all like one shot of Jeff Bridges out the window, and like even though you didn't see the impact, you knew where his bullets were hitting, and when the cars would wipe out, you would just see that's a headshot. It was just like it was so cool, like he was just so calm and collect.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah,
like
it was really good. I think season 2 you will see that. Oh, they have to be. I mean, at this point where the story is, they're in it together now. Yeah. Like they're both kind of on the lam is the way that I'm going to interpret this right now, and so now they're going to have to work together. But you guys, if you get a chance, watch this fucking show on Hulu or FX or wherever you can watch that stuff. It's, again, don't let the marketing fool you. This is not like a balls-of-the-wall action movie. There is good action when it does get there, but this is an espionage thriller with a lot of layers to it and a lot of character development, and you got two of the best actors of our time, doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and they do a great job. And it is definitely worth a watch.
Ain't no lie.
Ain't no lie, baby. Bring on season 2. I'm ready.
I'm very ready.
I want to see what Chase and Hopper are up to.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Make a video game of it.
You know what? They did. It's called Metal Gear.
I know.
Fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right, Tone. On to the final topic, and probably the biggest topic of the night.
It might even be the biggest topic of the year.
Of the year.
Probably. I don't think anyone else is doing this right now.
Tone.
Yeah.
We called it last week. We said, you know what? The Cuddles Classic Final Four is going to be a tight one.
As a barn burner.
It's going to be a barn burner,
as they say.
And dude, it was. This came down to 0 hour.
Literally
came down to 0 hour.
Yes.
So obviously we had on the left bracket, it was Con Air versus The Rock. The father and the son of the Holy Trinity. And on the right side of the bracket, we had Face Off versus National Treasure. The dark horse of this tournament, National Treasure. The Cinderella story of this tournament. And Tone, we now know our final matchup.
We know the final matchup.
The Father and the Holy Ghost. The Rock versus Face Off for the championship. We'll take a look at that left bracket and the votes, how it panned out. I thought Con Air had a shot. I thought Con Air was going to shock the world and come out on top over The Rock. I like The Rock. I think it's a more polished film. I think there's better acting. I think it's a tighter story.
Right.
But there's just something about Con Air that I fucking love. It's a goofy ass Nick Cage. Cameron Poe has the worst accent in the history of movies.
And, I'm a Rock guy over the two.
Con Air falls just short. 10-14 again in the 0 hour.
0 hour. Your tag this morning really kicked the bee's
Dude,
nest.
a lot of people started tuning in really fast this morning before the 9 o'clock closing of the polls. But The Rock pulls out the win, knocking off number 9 knocks off number 13 Con Air. A fine run by Con Air.
These were close for all week. Week it's been close.
They were going back and forth.
Like nonstop.
They were going back and forth. So congrats to The Rock. It represents the left side of the bracket, the father of the Holy Trinity. On the right side, Tone, we've seen National Treasure
kick names and take asses.
Take asses. First, they knocked off Mandy, my favorite. My dark horse. I wanted Mandy to make a long run. Upset there. Willy's Wonderland, I felt was a tall order, but Willy's had an opportunity.
Willy's had an opportunity.
Willy's actually performed better
than we probably thought.
Than Mandy did. It performed better than Mandy did.
That's fair.
But at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough. National Treasure moved on. But then National Treasure drew the card. They had to play the Holy Ghost. They had to go up against Face Off. And Tone, this literally went down to the last moment. National Treasure gets bumped 14-13. At the last 10 minutes.
Tied in back and forth all week.
All week you went back and forth.
All week.
One more here, one more there, one more here. Back and forth. But Face Off edges National Treasure by one vote.
One fucking vote.
Incredible performance by National Treasure. And I know, look, it's obvious there's people who are fans of National Treasure.
I like National Treasure.
I mean, I don't have an issue with National Treasure.
You've never seen it.
I have seen it. I haven't seen the second one. I don't want to see the second one. I heard the second
Maybe
one's
the
booty.
second one, yeah, okay.
But look, man, it was intense. It was exciting. You can demand a recount. I'm just going to send you a photo of all the votes.
We can send you all the votes.
You can talk to the people who voted.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna get a recount.
Crash. You bought Morbius on Blu-ray, man. I don't care what you got to think about this.
Damn it! If I had to sit there and watch Con Air lose, I needed something, and I got it. I got Face Off. I voted for Face Off, and I'm glad she won. But here we are, Tone. Now we are at the championship. And no, a reminder: there will not be a show next week. I'm going to be out of town on family vacation. So there won't be any show next week. So the voting will last for 2 weeks. I implore every one of you to watch Face Off and The Rock. You have 2 weeks. Watch them both.
Just watch them.
and see which one.
I'm pretty sure some of you might have not watched Face Off, but that's other. I digress.
I don't know if I trust them. Now look, right now, half-assed Face Off is taking it. I do like Face Off's chances, but I didn't like The Rock's chances against Con Air.
Well, I mean, to be fair, a lot of this wasn't overly predictable up until the last week here. So
we see. People are talking. Right now we see Rock, we see Face Off. This is already making me wonder. This could be the closest one.
This might be.
This is going to be a top flight matchup. I'm really curious to see where this goes. No recount.
Crash, I'll show you the screens. You bought Morbius. I'll show you the votes, man. It's not like it's hidden. I can show you that.
Half-ass makes a good point. If it can beat National Treasure, it can beat anything. Face Off. I would say right now Face Off is probably the front runner, but I am not going to count on
There's
The Rock.
a lot of people that love The Rock. I know Forge Hammer's a huge fan of The Rock for one.
Yeah.
That's his favorite of the four.
Everyone should watch these two movies. You have 2 weeks. Sit down, watch them all. They're both great action movies. They're Cage at his peak when it comes to action. I don't know, man. I don't even know which way I'm going to take his face.
I'm Castor Troy.
I'm Castor Troy. I don't know, dude. If gun to my head right now, if I had to just guess, I'm leaning Face Off. But I'll watch The Rock again.
Hey, you know what? I'm game either way. So at this point, I'll definitely be watching these both in the last in the next couple weeks. I got them both on DVD or somewhere, or I'm sure they're free on something. But
I'm sure they're free
for streaming because everything's all packed away. But again, what a wild voting this Final Four. It's definitely been pretty crazy to see this.
Up until this Final Four, we haven't had too many close matches.
Not
they were
like
mostly
this.
like wipes.
And not just one. It was both going on to today.
Yeah, it was. You should watch a stream for both movies since it's down to the finals.
If they're on Amazon Prime, that would be kind of cool to do.
I will check that out.
Yeah,
I'll see if it's on Prime, and if not, maybe I can find a way to work my Apple TV through an HDMI splitter to run to the Discord.
Cool. So I don't know about all that,
That's
but
illegal.
Whatever.
It's cool.
But I do know that The Rock. Yeah, everybody thinks it's the Rock movie, right. Rock is pretty much the only Michael Bay film that I do enjoy. I don't know. I know some of the stuff that he's made, and I certainly don't like them. But the first Transformers wasn't
terrible.
It was okay at best.
No.
I wouldn't say good. It was definitely. I wish he wouldn't have done it, but there was a lot of things in it that it just nosedived.
Yeah, it was bad.
But it's for kids or whatever, so whatever. But either way, no, I'm really excited to see this next one because I think this could be tighter. I don't know. Who knows? I know where my vote lays already, personally. And these are my these are my top 2 favorite of Nicolas Cage's action films, or just films in general. Well, I shouldn't say that because his I'm really into Color Out of Space and some and Pig clearly. But I guess it was older stuff.
Are we calling that the Unholy Trinity still?
Well, I think so.
Willy's Wonderland, Mandy, and Colorado Space.
Well, somebody said the Holy Trinity? Yeah, the Unholy Trinity.
Unholy Trinity.
That's what Half-Ass said.
I like that.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
I like the Unholy Trinity a lot.
I think that is fucking brilliant.
I think that's really good because I think they all fall there underneath that umbrella. I think they would all work. I think another one that could possibly sneak into an unholy Trinity or maybe 4 movies is Mom and Dad, because that is kind of like that. Just way out there, kind of like some cosmic.
It just
weird
feels
stuff going
Mom
on.
and Dad feels like such a standalone indie. I don't know, but I feel like I feel like Willy's, Mandy, and Color Space is a perfect unholy trilogy. I think that.
I like that. Half-ass. You should coin that shit, dude.
That's fucking neat. So I'm really excited to, like I said, to move on to see what's gonna happen in 2 weeks. Voting will be up here soon. Probably.
It'll be voting will go live tomorrow.
Okay, if you remember, it's gonna be up live tomorrow. Oh, you're not too drunk tonight. Never mind. That should be okay. So I know we're kind of winding down. Now I sent you a link yesterday in the Discord. Did you prep that? I forgot to mention that to you because we got something that goes live. Are we gonna talk about that?
Survey?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that right now.
I was almost like, is he gonna close out the thing?
No. We're
Okay.
gonna finish with that discussion.
Okay,
so,
good. To hint at
that. Tone and I talked about how because we're gonna be off next week, so we want to obviously give you guys and girls some time to do this. But we have a survey prepped, and we'll have it in the Discord. And we would really, really, really like your feedback. Now, Look, we don't expect you to write a novel for all the answers, but if you're watching Banter and Babble on a weekly basis or listening on Spotify or iTunes or watching the VODs on YouTube or Facebook, whatever, we really want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. And we have a Survey Monkey set up where Tone has put down a list of questions, and we want your honest answers on it because we want to be able to look at this show objectively and be able to spot things that maybe are good or not good or need some work. We will never sit here and get complacent and just be like, yeah, this is perfect. We want to continue to grow. We want to continue to evolve and create a show that you really want to be a part of and watch every single week. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you being here. And we're just asking you between now and the next show, which will not be next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. So you have 2 weeks. We will have in the Discord a link to the Survey Monkey or the survey through Survey Monkey. If you could take some time out of your day, maybe wait till the end of the day, maybe wait till the weekend. You don't have to do it. Don't do it during the work week. That's tough to do. You get home, you don't want to fucking do a survey. I get it. But if you're getting shit-faced on a Friday night and you're feeling blunt honest, that's a good time to do a survey. Tone will have the link in the Discord, and we'll make sure we'll let you guys and girls know in the Discord. We'll notify everybody. But if you could, please take this survey, answer the questions as honestly as you can. You are not going to hurt our feelings. Okay, that's the most important thing. We need any criticisms that you have. We need to hear about it. We want to continue to grow as a show, and we want to improve. I can't tell you how much we appreciate it when people come on and be like, hey, have you thought about trying this? Or maybe cut back on this. We've heard that before in the past, and we're going to just throw this out here again. We want to hear you guys and girls and what you think of the show. And when we put that link out,
hit the Discord real quick.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not in the Discord.
Oh, yeah. If you're not in the Discord, which you should be, there's the link. Get in there, click on that, and we'll have the link in the chat probably tomorrow or the next day or whatever those is. But we will notify everybody of when it's available. So you don't want slightly satisfied as every answer. No. We want blunt honesty.
Yeah, it's actually it is a written format. So there is some work involved if you have the time to do it. It's not multiple choice. It's not anything like that. I mean, I could have done that, but that's more time consuming. I feel like that's also challenging your intelligence. So it's a max of 10 questions. Some of them have double questions that might just require a small little piece of it, but yeah. Yeah, well, you just got to figure it out, Crash. I don't know. Go buy Morbius.
It is anonymous. It is anonymous. It comes back to us anonymously.
Yeah, it is anonymous.
And then what we're going to do is once we come back, not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, we're going to do a giveaway live in the Discord. We'll have it in the Discord for everyone that participates, or not everyone who participated, but just for the Discord in general. And we'll do a giveaway in there to show our support and appreciation for that. But yes, it's anonymous. All we're going to do is see the feedback. More dick for every answer. Yes. Thanks, half. That's what. See, I shouldn't read.
You're
everything.
Good at reading.
I know, man.
Good
I'm
for
like
you.
Ron Burgundy. You put it up on the teleprompter, he's gonna read everything.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, no, we would really appreciate it. We want to hear from you. Sound off. Hit us with the facts. Hit us with the truths, and we would really, really appreciate it. Replace the co-host. The current one constantly brings up a movie I bought. Hey, he's a fucking scumbag.
I'm trying to be your financial advisor.
He's trying to help you save money. You bought Morbius, but you haven't watched John Wick. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, I kind of agree with him, Crash. It's not just the co-host. It's everybody on this side of the table, bro. Anyways, check out the survey. It'll be in the Discord. Watch The Rock. Watch Face Off. You have 2 weeks to get your votes in. Those polls will go live tomorrow. And yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got. What do you got? Anything?
Just the usual. We appreciate everybody being here. We appreciate you out in the socials, sharing, retweeting, all that sort of stuff on Facebook. Whether it's on Twitter. We hit 500 subscribers this week on YouTube. If you have not yet found us on YouTube, I was going to put that command. That's one to remember. I said I thought it was something I forgot. Maybe not to you. Check us out on YouTube. Find Banter and Babble. We're out there as well, too. That's where we keep Evergreen as well, too. If you prefer maybe watching on there and didn't realize we have it, that's where you can find all our past stuff as well, too. But, as always, we appreciate your support all that little stuff, whether you're on Spotify, iTunes, Anchor, if you're out there leaving reviews, giving us 5 stars, giving us stars you think we deserve.
Oh, shout out to
us.
Tom Lesh, JZ989, for commenting on Spotify. He answered one of the questions on there.
Thanks, JZ.
That's awesome, man. Super easy to do. I asked the question on last week's Spotify was, what's your favorite Little Debbie item?
And he answered.
And, dude.
No, don't.
Zebra.
That's not any different than the fucking goddamn Christmas cake.
We appreciate you, Tom, but not so much the answer, bro.
15 other fucking choices. That's what you chose, bro. Come on.
But hey, we appreciate you answering on Spotify. That's Cherry comes on the Christmas trees. We're gonna wrap things up before you trigger this guy. But no, seriously, like you said, sharing, liking, commenting, 5-star reviews. If we deserve it, that stuff helps our show get exposure, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Again, no show next Wednesday, but we'll be back the following Wednesday with the final results of the Nick Cage tourney. Also, Bullet Train. We're going to go check out Bullet Train with Brad Pitt. That'll be out next weekend. So maybe that weekend, Tony and I will go over. We are going to go see that shit. That shit looks fucking
Brad
amazing.
Pitt. The guy's dreamy as fuck.
He is so dreamy. So we'll be checking out Bullet Train. And then also, what else? There was just a trailer does Sandman come out on the 5th?
Yeah, it's August 5th.
Is that August 5th when Sandman, is that when that show starts?
And it'll probably be a whole series drop, too.
Oh, boy. I declare this show a 5-star review. Hey, man, go on iTunes. Make sure you hit that. Make sure. You are a true...
Cherry. Low hanging fruit. By the way, did you see the meme of, was it Ed Norton talking to Brad Pitt? And somebody said, after all these years, he still talks to himself. I thought that was pretty entertaining and clever. So whoever created that, kudos to you.
Little Fight Club reference.
That was great. I enjoyed that. So, but no, we appreciate everything you guys do, that feedback, that sharing, everything. And then, yes, get in that Discord. Watch for that. I'll probably get the survey out either tonight or tomorrow. That way you can all take it. And like I said, there's a little bit of work involved because we were looking for answers.
Yeah, take your time with it. Don't, if you can't get to it tonight, or wait for the weekend. I don't want everyone's got lives and stuff, and I'd rather you schedule it around a time where it works for you, and so you can give us some honest answers.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that we can adapt, and if we need to make some tweaks, you are the ones to tell us. So.
Yeah, that's the only way we're going to get better, y'all, is if you sound off and let us know. So that's going to do it for tonight's show. No show next Wednesday, but we'll be back on August... I don't even know. The 5th is a Friday. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. We'll be back on August 10th.
Yes.
9 p.m. Eastern. Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and the next day on Spotify, iTunes, and everywhere else. For Fanboytone, I'm TheDude79. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We will see you in 2 weeks. Be safe. Good night, everybody.